Hi, I'm Julio.
And I'm the AI that will make this story even more unpredictable.
Here's how it works. I write the first 4 chapters full of mystery, clues, and twists.
And then I step in to write the final chapter.
But here's the challenge. Can you guess the ending the AI will create before it's revealed?
I doubt you can. My endings always have a hidden surprise.
So, join us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the idea and share in the comments how you think this story should end. Will your theory beat the AI's twist?
The chemicals sting my nostrils as the image slowly materializes in the tray. Protest signs emerge first, then angry faces, police in riot gear at the edges. Just another night in the city. Another paycheck if the magazine likes them. My fingers tremble slightly in the red darkness of the makeshift darkroom. 3 cups of coffee and 4 hours of sleep will do that. Water drips somewhere in the corner of the old warehouse space. The rumble of the F train passing underneath sends vibrations through the metal table. Something catches my eye in the photograph. A face in the corner, half hidden behind a shattered shop window. Looking not at the protest, but directly at me. At my lens. What the hell? I pull the print closer, squinting. A man in a dark suit. Pale skin, expressionless. He wasn't there. I would have noticed someone so out of place among the protesters. The next photo rises from the chemical bath. Another shot of the clash between cops and activists. And there he is again. Different position. Still staring at me. The subway passes again, but I barely notice the rumble. My heart pounds louder than any train. I quickly develop the next print, and the next. He's in every single one, moving through the crowd, always watching. My hands shake for different reasons now. I hang the last dripping photo on the line and step back. 6 photographs, 6 appearances of a man who shouldn't be there. The phone on the wall rings, jarring in the silence. Nobody calls this line except clients and my mother. I let it ring, eyes fixed on the drying images. It stops, then immediately rings again. I cross the room, leaving wet footprints on the concrete floor, and pick up. Hello? Silence. Then breathing. Who is this? My voice sounds smaller than I want it to. A click. Dial tone. I replace the receiver and turn back toward my photos. The red safe light casts bloody shadows across the hanging prints. Through the grimy windows high up on the warehouse walls, the Brooklyn sky is turning from black to gray. The industrial ceiling lights flicker as I switch them on, flooding the space with harsh fluorescence. My apartment corner looks smaller in this light. Just a mattress on the floor, milk crates filled with books, a hot plate, and a mini fridge. I grab my camera back, stuffing in film canisters in my Nikon. Whatever this is, I need backup. My friend Miguel at The Voice might know what to make of it. The door rattles in its frame. I freeze. It rattles again. Someone's trying the handle. Nobody knows I live here except my mother in the Bronx and the building owner who doesn't care as long as I pay cash. Nobody should be at my door at 5:30 in the morning. The rattling stops. Silence, thick and suffocating. Then a white envelope slides under the door. I don't touch the envelope for nearly 10 minutes. It sits there on the concrete, impossibly white against the stained floor. No sounds come from the hallway. Whoever delivered it is gone, or waiting silently. The building creaks as it warms in the morning sun. Finally, I approach the envelope and nudge it with my boot. Nothing happens. I pick it up. No name, no address, no markings. Just clean, white paper, sealed. I tear it open with shaking fingers. Inside is a single Polaroid photograph. My stomach drops. It shows me taking pictures at last night's protest. The angle is from behind, across the street. Someone was photographing me while I photographed the crowd. Written across the bottom in neat block letters, "Stop looking." My phone rings again, making me jump. This time, I answer immediately. "Lena, it's Miguel." His voice is tense. "You shot the Wagner protest last night, right?" "Yeah," I say, eyes still fixed on the Polaroid. "Why?" "You need to get down here. Something's happened." "Miguel, there's a man in my photos who—" "Not on the phone," he cuts me off. "Just come to the voice. Now." 20 minutes later, I'm hurrying through the village voice offices, camera bag clutched to my side. The newsroom buzzes with unusual energy for 6 a.m. Miguel waves me over to his desk, his face grim beneath his wiry black hair. "What's going on?" I ask. He points to a monitor where a newsfeed plays footage of last night's protest. Councilman Wagner was found dead 2 hours ago. Apparent suicide. I stare at the screen. The anti-corruption candidate? That doesn't make sense. Exactly, Miguel lowers his voice. 3 weeks from elections, leading in the polls, and suddenly he hangs himself? Nobody's buying it. The footage shows Wagner speaking to the crowd, passionate, determined. I photographed him just before the police started pushing people back, before I saw the man in the suit. "I need to show you something." I pull out my prints, still damp at the edges. Miguel studies them, eyes narrowing as I point out the man. "You're sure he wasn't there?" "Positive. I would have noticed." He sits back, running a hand over his face. "This is going to sound crazy, but I've seen this guy before. In photos from the Brooklyn Bridge collapse story last month." My skin goes cold. "What?" "Yeah, stand there." He digs through a filing cabinet, pulls out a folder. Inside are prints from the bridge accident, twisted metal, rescue workers, shocked bystanders. Miguel points to a blurry figure in the background of one. Same suit, same expressionless face. "That's not possible," I whisper. 7 people died in that collapse. The investigation found evidence of substandard materials. Wagner was pushing for criminal charges against the construction company. I set down the Polaroid someone slipped under my door. Miguel picks it up. "Where did you get this?" "It was delivered to my studio this morning, right after I developed these." Miguel goes very still. "Lena? The construction company that built the bridge? Wagner Industrial." "Wagner? Like the councilman?" "His brother owns it." The newsroom suddenly feels too bright, too exposed. I lower my voice. Someone's warning me off. Miguel looks around, then pulls a key from his desk. "My brother's apartment in Queens is empty this week. Go there. Don't use your credit cards. Don't call anyone." "You think I'm in danger?" He slides the key across the desk. "I think these aren't darkroom mistakes. Someone's sending a message. And after what happened to Wagner, my mouth goes dry. I should go to the police." "With what? Weird photos and a councilman's suicide?" He shakes his head. "The system is rigged, Lena. You know that." I pack up the prints, but Miguel stops me. "Leave those here. I'll lock them up. I need evidence of what's happening." "Take the negatives. They're smaller, easier to hide." Outside, the morning sun feels too bright. I pull my jacket tighter despite the warmth, feeling exposed. At the corner, waiting for the light to change, I notice a black sedan with tinted windows idling across the intersection. The light turns green. I cross quickly, glancing back. The sedan pulls into traffic, following my path. I duck into the subway entrance, heart hammering. As the train doors close, I spot a man in a dark suit entering the station, moving with purpose. The train pulls away. I clutch my bag, feeling the film canisters inside. The original negatives of something I was never meant to see. At the next stop, I exit quickly, doubling back through a different line. 3 transfers and 40 minutes later, I emerge in Queens, reasonably sure I've lost any tail. Miguel's brother's apartment is small but clean, 5 floors up in an anonymous building. I lock the door, chain it, then push a chair against it for good measure. The scanner I brought flickers to life. I plug it into the laptop and begin digitizing the negatives, inverting them to positives. The man's face becomes clearer with each scan. Something about his features seems familiar, but I can't place it. The final image loads. My blood freezes. Behind the mystery man is another figure, partially obscured but recognizable. It's Miguel. My mind races through possibilities, each worse than the last. Miguel knew about the man in the suit, recognized him immediately, said he'd seen him before in the bridge collapse photos. Was he lying? Setting me up? The Miguel I've known for 3 years. The crusading journalist, the friend who helped me land my first magazine gig, couldn't be involved in whatever this is. But there he is in my negative, half hidden behind a protest sign, watching the man who was watching me. I call the voice from the apartment's landline, disguising my voice. Is Miguel Vega available? He left about an hour ago, the receptionist says. Said something came up. My stomach tightens. I hang up without another word. The digital scans stare back at me from the laptop screen. 6 angles of the same ghostly man. And in one, Miguel. I zoom in, studying details I missed in the darkroom. The mystery man's suit is expensive, custom. His watch gleams even in the grainy image. Rolex, maybe. This isn't some government agent. This is money. A notification pops up on the laptop. Low battery. I reach for the power cord in my bag and find something else. A small, hard object I don't recognize. I pull it out. A pager. Not mine. It must have been slipped into my bag at the voice. I turn it over in my hands. Standard model, no markings. The kind drug dealers and doctors use. Pressing the button illuminates a single message. Fire escape now. My heart hammers. Is it a trap? A warning? I move to the window overlooking the fire escape. Nothing moves in the late morning light. The pager buzzes again in my hand. New message. 2 minutes. I grab my camera bag, leaving the laptop. If I need to run, I'm taking the negatives with me. Carefully, I open the window and peer down the fire escape. 5 floors of metal stairs. Empty. Above, another 2 floors to the roof. I hesitate, then climb upward instead of down. Higher ground, better visibility. The roof access door is propped open with a brick. I push through, squinting in the bright sunlight. Air conditioning units hum. Laundry flaps on lines strung between vents. You came. Good. A woman's voice. I spin around. She sits on an air conditioning unit, smoking. Early 40s, sharp-featured, dressed like a corporate lawyer. Who are you? I demand. Someone who doesn't want to see another photographer disappear. She takes a drag. Like Jason Rivera. The name hits me like cold water. Jason was a freelancer who covered city politics. Went missing 8 months ago. Police said he probably skipped town over debts. How do you know about Jason? Because I was his source. She flicks ash over the edge of the building. Like I was supposed to be yours. What are you talking about? Miguel was supposed to connect us weeks ago. Instead, he's been stalling. Now I know why. She stands, approaches me. My name is Elaine Winters. I was Councilman Wagner's chief of staff until this morning. Why should I trust you? She reaches slowly into her jacket. I tense, but she only pulls out a folded newspaper clipping. Because I'm the one who sent Jason these. The clipping shows a construction site, ribbon-cutting ceremony. Wagner Industrial's new bridge project. In the crowd of officials and businessmen, I spot him immediately. The man from my photographs. Who is he? I ask. David Mercer, former intelligence operative, now private security for Wagner Industrial, and several other companies with city contracts. My mind reels. He's following me. He was in all my protest photos last night. He's not following you, Elaine says grimly. He's marking you. Marking me. For removal. Just like he marked Jason. Just like he marked Councilman Wagner. My mouth goes dry. The news said Wagner committed suicide. Richard Wagner was about to blow the whistle on his brother's company. Systematic bribing of inspectors using substandard materials. The Brooklyn Bridge collapse wasn't an accident. She looks at me hard. That's what Jason was investigating when he disappeared. And Miguel? I ask, dreading the answer. Miguel Vega sells information to both sides. Her face shows disgust. He pretends to be a crusader, but he feeds just enough stories to maintain his cover. The rest he buries or sells. I think about the press credentials Miguel got me for city events, the protest access. Was I being positioned all along? The photos, I say. Mercer shouldn't have been visible, should he? No. For the first time, she looks uncertain. That's not how they operate. They're careful. A helicopter passes overhead, momentarily drowning our conversation. When it's gone, Elaine steps closer. Listen carefully. Wagner's suicide note mentioned documents hidden at the Greenpoint storage facility. The police are searching it now, but they won't find anything because I already removed everything last week. It's all in a locker at Grand Central. She presses a key into my palm. Locker 723. Everything you need to expose them is there. Photos, documents, recordings. Why me? Why not go to the Times, the Post? Because they're already watching those channels. They don't know you yet. You're just a freelancer who took the wrong photos. Her eyes flick to something behind me. And because time's up. The roof access door crashes open. Two men in suits burst through. Not Mercer, but the same type. Military posture, blank expressions. Elaine shoves me toward the fire escape. Run! I bolt, hearing shouts behind me. Clattering down the metal stairs, I glance back to see Elaine swinging her bag at one of the men. The other is already moving toward the fire escape. 5 floors blur past. I hit the alley running, cut through to the street, and plunge into the subway entrance across the way. A train is already at the platform, doors closing. I throw myself through the narrowing gap. The doors shut behind me. On the platform, the suit appears, watching expressionlessly as the train pulls away. My hand clutches the key to locker 723. Grand Central Terminal, the heart of the city, the most surveilled public space in New York. And somehow, I have to get there without being removed. The train rocks as it enters a tunnel. A woman across from me lowers her newspaper. Our eyes meet. It's the receptionist from the Village Voice. The receptionist doesn't look away. She doesn't signal or speak. She simply watches me over the edge of her newspaper, her eyes neither friendly nor threatening, just observant. I shift toward the door, ready to bolt at the next stop. She folds her paper precisely, tucks it under her arm, and stands as the train slows. Is she following me, or is my paranoia reaching new heights? The doors open at Court Square. I push through the crowd, not looking back, and sprint up the stairs. At street level, I duck into a bodega, watching through the window as commuters stream from the station. The receptionist emerges, looks both ways, and walks briskly in the opposite direction. False alarm? Or is she reporting my position? I buy a baseball cap and cheap sunglasses from the bodega, then a prepaid phone card from the counter. In a payphone outside, I dial my mother's number in the Bronx. "Mama, it's me." "Lena?" Her voice instantly sharpens with concern. "What's wrong? You sound strange." "Nothing's wrong," I lie, "but if anyone comes asking about me, even people who seem official, don't tell them anything, especially not Miguel." "Miguel from the newspaper? Why would—" "Just trust me, okay? I'm working on something big." "Lena, you're scaring me." "I'll call you tomorrow. Te quiero, mama." I hang up before she can ask more questions. The day is heating up, humidity making the air feel thick. I need a plan. Grand Central will be crawling with security cameras, possibly Mercer's people. Whatever's in that locker, they want it badly enough to kill, but I can't just walk in looking like myself. 3 blocks away, I find what I need. A vintage clothing store with a cash-only sign in the window. 20 minutes later, I emerge in a floral dress and wide-brimmed hat, nothing like my usual jeans and leather jacket. My camera bag is now hidden inside a flowery tote. I take a circuitous route to Grand Central, changing trains twice, always watching for followers. The vast main concourse is packed with commuters when I arrive. The famous celestial ceiling soars overhead, but I keep my eyes down, moving purposefully toward the locker area. Locker 723 is in the lower level. I descend the stairs, feeling exposed despite my disguise. The key slides in smoothly. Inside is a manila envelope and a small tape recorder. As I reach for them, a voice behind me says, "I'll take those." I whirl around. Miguel stands there, hand extended. "You're working for them," I say, backing away. He shakes his head. "It's more complicated than that. You sold out Jason Rivera." His expression flickers. Jason got greedy, started blackmailing the wrong people. And Wagner? A necessary adjustment. The casual way he says it chills me. This isn't the Miguel I thought I knew. "How did you find me?" I ask, playing for time, scanning for exits. Elaine has been predictable from the beginning. He steps closer. "The locker key was tagged. We've been tracking it since she took it." I clutch the envelope tighter. "So what happens now? I disappear like Jason?" "That's up to you." His tone is reasonable, almost friendly. "This doesn't have to end badly, Lena. You're a talented photographer. We could use someone with your eye. To document your crimes? To document progress, change, the necessary steps toward a better city. Through corruption and murder?" He sighs. "Through controlled development. Do you think the city runs on idealism, on protest signs and investigative journalism? It runs on deals. Arrangements. The right people making the right decisions. Like letting a bridge collapse? An unfortunate oversight. Mistakes happen in any enterprise. People pass by, oblivious to our conversation. No one would notice if Miguel simply grabbed the envelope and walked away, or if I disappeared into one of the service corridors, never to emerge. This is bigger than Wagner Industrial, Miguel continues. Think about it. Infrastructure contracts for the next 20 years. Billions in development. The people I work for are building the future of this city, while eliminating anyone who gets in the way, while managing obstacles. He holds out his hand again. "Final offer, Lena. Work with us. The envelope, please." I take a step back. "And if I say no?" His expression hardens. Then I stop being the good cop. There were never any good cops in this story. I clutch the envelope to my chest. "Tell me one thing. The man in the suit, Mercer, why did he appear in my photos? Why mark me so obviously?" Miguel's brow furrows. "What are you talking about? In every shot from the protest, he was looking right at me." Something crosses Miguel's face. Confusion, then alarm. "Show me." I hesitate, then slowly reach into my bag and extract one of the negatives. Miguel holds it up to the light. "That's not possible," he mutters. "Mercer wouldn't." He looks up sharply. "When exactly did you take these?" "Last night, around 10. Mercer was in a meeting with the commissioner until midnight. I was there." A chill runs through me. Then who? Miguel's phone rings. He answers without taking his eyes off me. "Yes?" His expression changes. "Where?" He lowers the phone. "Did you make copies of these photos?" "Why?" "Because someone just broke into my office looking for them. Someone who isn't with us." The floor seems to shift beneath me. A third party? Miguel's face is grim. Seems that way. For the first time, I see genuine concern in his eyes, maybe even fear. He pockets his phone. "Listen carefully. There's a service exit through that door. It leads to 45th Street. Take it now." "Why would you help me?" "Because someone is playing both sides, and I need to know who." He pulls out his wallet, extracts several $100 bills. "Take this. Get a hotel room under a false name. Don't contact anyone. And the evidence? Keep it for now. His eyes harden. But understand this. If what's happening is what I think, we both might be targets. A security guard appears at the end of the locker row, speaking into a radio. Miguel tenses. Go, now. I clutch the envelope and recorder, backing toward the service door. Why should I trust you? You shouldn't. But right now, I'm the only player you know in a game that just got much bigger. I push through the service door into a dimly lit corridor. Behind me, I hear Miguel engaging the guard in conversation. The corridor twists, then ends at a heavy metal door with a push bar. I burst out onto 45th Street, into pouring rain that wasn't falling when I entered the station. Thunder cracks overhead. I pull my hat lower and hurry down the sidewalk, clutching my precious cargo. 3 blocks away, I duck into a hotel lobby, elegant enough to be discreet, not so upscale that I'll stand out. I pay cash for a room, using a fake name. The desk clerk doesn't blink. In the elevator, I finally allow myself to breathe. In my room, I double-lock the door and begin examining what Elaine risked her life to get me. The envelope contains photos, Jason Rivera's original investigation, construction sites, handshakes between officials and men in expensive suits, building inspectors accepting envelopes, and in several shots, Mercer. Deeper in the stack, I find something else. A photograph of Wagner's brother with the police commissioner and several figures I don't recognize. They're standing on a yacht. The timestamp is from 6 months ago. In the background, barely visible but unmistakable now that I've seen him up close, is Miguel. I reach for the tape recorder with trembling fingers and press play. A familiar voice fills the room. The bridge collapse was just the beginning. Once the rezoning goes through next month, we control everything from the Navy Yard to Williamsburg. It's Miguel. Another voice responds, cultured, authoritative. And the councilman? He's become a problem. His conscience is getting the better of him. Handle it, discreetly. Yes, Mr. Mayor. The recording clicks off. I sit frozen on the edge of the hotel bed. The mayor, Miguel, a conspiracy reaching to the highest levels of city government, and someone else, a third player, hunting the evidence, hunting me. The hotel phone rings, startling me badly. I stare at it, heart pounding. No one knows I'm here. On the 5th ring, I pick up, saying nothing. Miss Torres? The voice is precise, emotionless. Mercer, I believe we need to talk. Before I can respond, there's a sharp knock at my door.
My heart races as Mercer's voice echoes in my mind. I'm trapped in this hotel room, a ticking clock, and every second feels like a countdown to something catastrophic. I glance around, searching for an escape route. The window, too high, too exposed. The door, my only exit, but also my greatest risk. The knock comes again, louder this time, demanding. I grip the phone tightly, my knuckles white. Mercer knows I'm here. He's been tracking me. I can't let him in. Not now, not ever. The knock becomes a steady rhythm, each thud resonating in my chest. Miss Torres, he calls, his tone cool and composed. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. What does he want? I think of the tape recorder, of the incriminating evidence. He must know I have it. My options are dwindling, and I can feel the walls closing in, a pressure cooker of fear and adrenaline. I take a deep breath, trying to steady my racing thoughts. I can't let panic dictate my actions. I slide the tape recorder under the bed, out of sight. I can't afford to lose it. It's my only leverage. Lena, he calls again, his voice smooth as silk, laced with a threat. I know you're in there. I can't stay silent. What do you want? I finally reply, trying to sound braver than I feel. To talk, he answers, his voice dripping with charm. I think we can help each other. Help each other? The irony stings. He's part of the system that's been hunting me down, and now he wants to negotiate? I want to laugh, but it comes out as a strangled sound. Help you with what? Covering up the mess you've created? I shoot back, my voice steady despite the fear churning in my stomach. There's a pause, and I can hear him breathing on the other side of the door. You have something I need, he says finally, and I can help you stay alive. The weight of his words sinks in. Alive. The stakes are higher than I ever imagined. I can't trust him, but I also can't ignore the truth. He holds power. I consider my options. If I stay quiet, he might force his way in. If I open the door, I risk everything. And yet, something inside me stirs, a flicker of defiance. I need to take control of my situation. Why should I trust you? I challenge, my voice louder now. Because, Lena, you're in deeper than you realize. Your life is at stake. Let me show you the truth. The truth. That word hangs in the air, heavy with implications. What does he know? What does he want from me? Open the door, he urges, his tone coaxing. I promise you won't regret it. I hesitate, weighing my options, then take a deep breath. I've come this far. I can't back down now. I inch toward the door, my heart pounding, every instinct screaming at me to run. But I can't run without knowing what I'm up against. I unlock the door and swing it open, ready for anything. Mercer stands there, tall and imposing in a tailored suit, a calm smile on his face. Thank you for cooperating, he says, stepping inside without waiting for an invitation. I close the door quickly, locking it. What do you want? I demand, crossing my arms defiantly. He surveys the room, his expression unreadable. Let's not waste time. You have evidence that could change everything, and I'm here to ensure it doesn't end up in the wrong hands. My hands? I counter, my voice sharp. Your hands are the only ones that matter right now, he replies smoothly. You're the wild card in this game, Lena, and I want to help you play it. Why should I trust you? I ask again, my voice steady. What's in it for you? I'm not your enemy, he insists, his gaze piercing. I'm here to protect my interests, and right now, your interests align with mine. I can see the tension in his posture, the way his fingers twitch slightly. He's nervous. You're being hunted, he continues, his voice low and urgent. And if you don't act quickly, you'll be the next name on the list. I swallow hard, feeling the gravity of his words. What list? The list of those who know too much, he says quietly. You've stumbled onto something dangerous, Lena, and the people you're dealing with will stop at nothing to silence you. The fear that had been bubbling beneath the surface erupts, and I feel the weight of what Elaine said, the warning of a third party, the implication of something larger than I could comprehend. What do you know? I demand, my voice rising. About the mayor? About everything? He raises an eyebrow, a flicker of amusement in his eyes. I know more than you think, and I can get you to safety if you let me. I stare at him, searching for a hint of honesty, but all I see is a well-constructed mask. What's your angle? I press. Consider me a facilitator, he replies coolly. You have the evidence that implicates powerful people. I can help you expose them, if you're willing to work with me. The idea churns in my mind. Trust him? Work with him? The lines between right and wrong blur in the face of survival. What's the catch? I ask, my voice steady. No catch, he says, but I can hear the underlying tension in his voice. Just a partnership. You take the evidence, I get the protection. It's a fair trade. I weigh his proposal carefully. The clock is ticking. I need a plan, and time is running out. I need time to think, I say, trying to buy myself a moment. No time, he replies sharply. You need to make a decision now. They're onto you. If you don't act, it'll be too late. I hesitate, the weight of the world on my shoulders. What if I say no? Then you risk everything, he warns. I can't guarantee your safety if you refuse. His calm demeanor starts to crack, revealing the urgency beneath. I feel the fear creeping back in, the creeping realization that this isn't a game anymore. Fine, I say, my voice steady. What do you propose? He smiles, a calculated expression that sends chills down my spine. We make a plan. First, we need to get you out of here and to a secure location. Where? I ask, my heart pounding. Somewhere you can think without looking over your shoulder, he assures me. I have a safe house where we can lay low until we figure out our next move. I nod slowly, my mind racing. And then? Then we expose them, he replies, his eyes gleaming with determination. We take down Wagner Industry, the mayor, and whoever else is involved. Together. I swallow hard, feeling the weight of the decision. And if I refuse, then you'll be marked. Just like Jason, just like Wagner, his tone is grave. And you'll never see it coming. My pulse quickens. The stakes have never been higher. Okay, I say finally, my voice trembling with resolve. Let's do it. Good choice, he says with a nod. Now, pack your things. We're leaving. I grab my bag, my heart racing. The weight of the evidence feels heavier now, a burden I can't shake. But I know I have to take this risk. There's no turning back now. As I follow Mercer out of the hotel room, I can't shake the feeling that I'm stepping into a trap of my own design. But I have no choice. The truth is out there, and it's time to uncover it, no matter the cost.